I'll be right back. Camp 4 TJ. Oh, yeah. Be right back. Camp 4 TJ. We're in contact. The goddamn, there's Chris and Ted replying to Oris is replying to somebody else. Ativan. Ativan. Demerol, you son of a Chris. Yeah, Ativan at a kilowatt to go. Here's the thing. Oh, boy. Baba boy. I had a four-wheeler wreck one time, and they shot me in the ass cheek with what she calls synthetic morphine, man. I never flew so high. I don't know what it was, but she said it was synthetic opioids, and man, she shot it in my ass cheek, man, and I was sitting there, I was in that chair, I had a big hole in my knee, and I was talking to Sarah by squeezing the wound together. Yeah, it was fucked up.
Said he's trying to get a ride on one of them saucers.
Hey, it's right behind Haley's Comet, man, like them damn Californians, you know, that drank the Kool-Aid, man. We gotta wait till the Haley's Bop comes back by. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. somebody back here with good audio, sir. I hear you in there with good audio. You just don't have the cutting audio. Brighten up the highs and lessen the lows, and come on back. I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead. You talk about the mothership? I've been there, man. Yeah, don't rest assured, 7200 is alive and well. On the mothership. Yeah, man, don't worry about the mothership. We're going to keep you warm and comfortable on the mothership. Why does Ted still have a sex call? Ted, why do you have a sex call? Well, hold on, y'all. Okay, Ted. Okay. Well, you know, contrary to the direction people on frequency are wanting to lead this QSO2, you know what, man? That makes hell of a good sense to me, man. And I'm glad you held on to it. So, okay, although you don't know my call, I'm actually going to write down yours the next time you said it. I have purposely not written it down. I'm reaching over it right now for the QSO party time pad here. I've got it. So, yeah, have you been licensed since you were like 7, Ted? Shit, I'm going to write this on this down, man. Next time you say it, it's right here. On my QSO party time pad. Y'all better pay some respect. He don't agree with Joe, so listen. I'm trying to get Ted's call. I'm going to get out of the way, y'all. And I'm going to stand by, Wars. Ted's louder than all y'all. I hate to say it, but he is. Ted's big dog. Turn the dials up, boys. But Ted's a big dog right now in my ears. I hear you, son, but you ain't breaking the squelch. Ted, can I get your call again, man? For real. You've been licensed since you were 11 years old, man. Oris has his month. Oris got Uncle Oris Day. It's March the 17th, I think. I got to look through my notes, but I think it's March the 17th. You've had your call since you were 11 years old, Ted, and obviously you're like 90. So, can I have that call so I can write it down? I'm fucking with you, Ted. Ted, I'm fucking with you. WB6WCO. I appreciate you, man. He's on that 1 minute transmission time limit there, but WB6WBO. Good copy. W Charlie O. WB6 W Charlie O. Well, Ted, what the fuck is it? Yeah, good copy. Ted, listen, man, I didn't beat up you at all, man. Matter of fact, I was playing a game, how long we could talk before you got it right. And I mean, I was like at 4 months, 3 weeks, something like that. 4 months and 3 weeks. I hated that Joe called you out on the other night, man, because I was, since we have such a good copy on each other, and Joe fades out in the afternoon, I wasn't trying to call you out on it, man, but no, I didn't give a shit. You didn't know my call, I promise you that. But I was trying to see how long we could go. Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey Charlie Oscar. No phony phonetics, please. A2OY. No lids, no kids, no squids. Yeah, I don't give a shit. You're going to have to wait. Ted's got a big signal. Oh, shit, Ted. A lot of people were trying to keep up with you, but they couldn't. But, yeah, no, I didn't take no offense to it at all. Matter of fact, I turned it into a game. I was trying to tell Jeff earlier, KE9DIV, Kilo Echo 9, Delta India Victor, no phony phonetics. I was trying to tell him earlier, man, to just take his ham radio lightly, man. You gotta roll off the cuff, man. You gotta have a good time. But Jeff's upset, man. I don't know what Jeff's mad about, but you're not, obviously, Ted. So you just keep on keeping on, man. Keep on keeping on. Hey, I tried to ask Jeff what kind of microphone he was running tonight. He didn't want to tell me. He didn't want to tell me. Ted, you know why he didn't want to tell me? You know why he didn't want to tell me. He didn't want to tell me what kind of microphone I'll be passing down to Ted. He didn't want to tell me that. So, shit. Well, I guess our reputation precedes itself. KF4THS. Goddamn, I got to turn this Henry down. We'll see you. Bye. I'm going to give him that microphone.
He appreciates your monologue.
Yeah. All right, we're clear of the frequency now. Go ahead. Yeah, catch you later, Ted. Hey, this is what we do down here. Big signals, big dreams, man. If you don't like it, you ain't spending enough money on an amp. We'll see you back. That's right. It is Oscar Romeo India Sierra. No hotel after that. That the gentleman does have a legitimate compliment.
Oh, no, Joey, you're asking for a lot. It's an Alabama thing.
Forrest is a 7200 insta-fucking-tuition. You better recognize. Yeah. Damn it, Ted. Tell him again. $7,200. Amateur radio.
I appreciate you putting that northern part in there.
Oh, yeah, we know Birmingham's all right. Why y'all fucking with Ted when he's just trying to fit in? Ted's just trying to be cool, man. He really is. You got to give him a little grace, man. Like if we took Canada for the 51st state, we can't let them vote right off the bat. We got to give them a little grace. Hell no. That's why you're not welcome here. Goodbye. My balls itch for liking you, Ted. I mean, Democrat, Republican, whatever, I guess. But, don't be an asshole. Teddy? Are you drinking beer? I love you too, Ted. You are in my book, man. I love you too. Hey, welcome to reality, away from California, and I think you're all right. Coming in good like I always do. Good copy, sir. Armchair.
So they ain't gonna make a movie about it, are they?
Brokeback Ham Radio. We're gonna make you squeal like a pig. Shut up, fool.
I heard somebody in there can be the last of my subjects, but
shit, I'm hearing you good tonight, Chris. You coming in crisp.
I appreciate it, man. I'm, trying to get this old raggedy junk from the yesterday in order. Thank you, dude. If I can sound as good as you do, I'd be doing okay.
Lots of low end. Motor mouth ball just got down. 1 watt at it. Yeah, welcome to Ham Radio, man. You back. We're glad to have you. Glad to have you back. Hell, shit, it's fun to piss around and let people fool me. Yeah, you run that big-ass Ham Radio shit. You learn all the big league shit down there on Ham Radio, then you run it on 11 meter. And then you run good audio, and all them good buddies will be like, what the fuck?
That's how you do to get your name called.
That's right. I dig it. Fine. I don't mean that come across. That may come across silly. No, sir, out there, you got good audio, man. You got good audio. I'm just throwing some shit out there. It's a work day for me. Over. Well, I didn't want to offend him. Sometimes I'm abrasive to people who don't know me. And, a guy come in here the other day and he was like, all people get roasted on 7,200. I didn't mean to come across stupid. Hey, Jeff got me rethinking all of my QSO party time QSOs. Over. I appreciate it, brother. I'm trying to be a nice guy. Over. Good audio, too. Yeah, boy, Jesus. Good sounding stations here tonight, man. Hey, I had an armchair copy on all of you shows, man. The band's good tonight. Y'all's power is good. Yeah, bleed it all off into the dummy load like I do. 1,500 and 1 watt. 1 watt go to the dummy load. Yeah. Yeah, somebody said Ernie. Go ahead. Huh? Yeah, why are you keying on that guy trying to say Ernie, man? Come on, what's wrong with you? Hold on. I'll let you know. Yeah, big dummy behind the mic and all that, man. I recognize you. Just let the small man talk for a minute. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Yeah, Double D does not have 3 verifiable degrees, sir. He will not tell us the information to verify, therefore it don't exist. KF4THS, back to 7,200 at Hattery. Thank you. Corn dog, dude. 100 kilowatts, sir. You need to be sure your engine is grounded right off the feed point. Sir, you need the AMC pod, the AM modulation pod. Shit, I don't even know, man. I never owned no golden screwdriver. I have. You're right. You're right. Hey, let me tell you about my first radio. Y'all. If y'all got a second. I'm sorry. I don't mean monopolize the frequency. But my first radio was the Cobra 19 Ultra. The Cobra 19 Ultra. And if you know it, it wasn't even a classic, man. It didn't have a real channel switch. It had push button shit. It was a total piece of crap, man. And I traded a 1979 RM400, which was a Suzuki bike. And I think they made the 400s in 78, 79. But my dad gave me the 79 RM400 Suzuki. It had the Boyson racer reeds in it. And I traded that thing for a CD player at the time. I forget what it was. Also came a Cobra 19 Ultra. And I bet you I spent $50 back in my day. I was probably 16, maybe 15. I spent like a lot of money sending it to the local CD golden screwdriver guy. And he kept turning up that modulation, and I kept bringing him that Cobra 19 Ultra over. talking about big signal. Hold on. The guy's talking about big signal. Hold on a minute. The guy's talking about big signal. Listen, son, listen, boy, you bothered me. You bothered me. You bothered me with that low power. You bothered me with that low power shit, son. This is the big signal right here, 7200, son. You better quit bothering me. I got to dial it back. Putting too much into the dummy load, kid. We tickle this shit with about 300 watts. We get full output with about 4. It's about 300 watts worth of filament current. I mean, when we start this son of a bitch up around here, we pretty much throwing a 300 watt dead carrier on our smart electric meter. We throwing away a 300 watt dead carrier. We might as well be eating up 300 watts of power. 240 volt power. We might as well be sucking that off the cable kit. We call it on that motherfucker. We get it done. Careful, kid. Careful, son. You better look at your meter.
Yeah, I assume that my power meter just spins all the time.
Hell, John, I had that son bitch turned down about 30 watts when I was talking a minute ago. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe I had too much liquor. We'll crank that son bitch up. Hello, audio. 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. So when KF4THS gets on 7200, you better believe you motherfuckers be listening. We'll see you back. Right here, a whisper. We'll just whisper in this microphone. We're whispering. Well, you know what's nice about it, sir? What's nice about it is to pass the extra exam in one shot, unlike Jeff, which his call was, let me dig it out of here. Let me dig it out. We'll build our own shit around here, and if it ain't big enough, we'll just put handles on that motherfucker and model band that bitch. KF4THX, I'm just trying to tell you, over. Well, yeah, shit, the way to do it is model band it anyway. If you multi-band any of that big power shit, you just asking for trouble. Okay, says the man with 100 watts. Hard copy, sir. What are you running? Legal limit? Even legal limit. Hard copy, bro. Listen, you got to model band that bitch. You buy something with handles on it if you want to be heard. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to teach you something, boy. I'm trying to teach you something, boy. You ain't drinking to learn it. We worried about a Watergate. You know, shit, I just cranked something back down to about 30 watts a drive. We're pumping up, but you gotta ask for the hell over. Another night, and another night of Ernie being drunk and belligerent. Well, I'm glad you're here, Joe. You know what? I was missing you 2 nights ago. Actually, I was having some Joe withdrawals. So I'm glad you come back, man. Did you get done talking to your lawyer? Over.
Can you put Sarah put your
Ted,
so we can have a discussion about what to do with the spouse.
Well, Ted's trying to talk. Hold on.
Substance abuse issues. Over.
Hey, I know Ted got in there for a minute, but Joe, we wanted to let you know we're trying to receive your lawyer's information. We're looking for the letterhead. Over.
Yeah, Sarah, can you hear me? There's help. There's help for people that have a drunken spouse.
We're looking for the letterhead of your lawyer, Joe. We're not seeing nothing. What happened? What happened, Joe? What happened to your lawyer? Oh.
Yeah, Sarah, there's help. There's help for you. I know it's hard to reach out when you're trying to keep your spouse
Goddamn, I'm glad Joe's here tonight, man. Now, I ain't saying that, I didn't have time to call y'all tonight or the night before, but, Joe does bring something else to the table. I appreciate that. Joe does listen. He comes back, somewhat intelligent. We like to play with that, Joe. Hey, Joe, no, the XYL is at the neighbor's house. She's having a good time there. They're playing music, karaoke tonight, Joe. Karaoke tonight. And, she didn't ask permission, Joe. She didn't ask permission. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Over.
Intoxicated guy that was in from Southeast yesterday. He was asking him. I mean, you talk about total isolation. He was calling him a drunk, but he can't look in the mirror. That's very strange.
I find that funny, Joe. I had nothing. Kool-Aid tonight. I've had that extra cup of sugar in my Kool-Aid tonight, Joe. Completely sober. We're interested where you're getting your information from there. Over.
Help him. You guys go on for a while. I'll tell you that. That's the difference. That's the difference. I know what the right thing is to do, but you guys are.
Well, I got to pee some of this Kool-Aid out, Joe. I got to pee some Kool-Aid out. If I had your cell phone number, I'd voice time you, Joe. I'd show you. I'd show you, Joe, that old Ernie got a piece of Kool-Aid out, but we sober as a judge, Joe. We sober. We sober around here. I don't know where you're getting your information from, but we're trying to drink that Kool-Aid sober, Joe. We're going to send you a picture over.
He's an absolute alcoholic. It's terrible. I've seen this happen before. He's in his...
Well, just send me your email, Joe, and I'll send you a picture of me peeing out all this Kool-Aid. It's the Kool-Aid. Matter of fact, it's some blackberry Kool-Aid tonight. Blackberry Kool-Aid. It's got a whole cup of sugar in it, Joe. A whole cup of sugar. Maybe I'm inebriated off the sugar. Oh, shit. Maybe I'm drunk off the sugar, Joe. Maybe I've had too much Kool-Aid. Well, let me know. I'm going to go take a potty. You want me to send you a picture? Over.
I was doing things and creating things.
Well, I don't know why you were doing things and creating things there, Joe. You need to let me send you a picture. Can I send you a picture?
They're both in their 40s.
Can I send you a picture?
He's also in his 40s.
You don't want me to send you a picture?
Wasting time.
Can't afford THS. You don't want to listen, Joe. You're fucking up the QSO, Joe. There was a QSO party time going on here. Can't afford THS. All I want to know is to be recognized. Would you like me to send you a picture? Over.
Here's reality. These guys are one job loss away from poverty.
Joe ain't getting it.
KK4SIJ,
I'm trying to let you know.
AI4THX. You notice they're both 4 calls. Yeah, they're both 4 calls. That also tells you something. But they're one job loss away from poverty. And these guys are in their 40s. They should not be wasting time on amateur radio. They should be working a second gig somewhere. Ernie claims he could fix anything. Well, why isn't he working on, a Ford 150 with a blown engine? Why isn't he doing some side gig that can actually produce some good income?
Yeah, he ain't here to shit, man. He's in here to talk.
Yakking on ham radio, talking to a bunch of guys 20 years older than him. And that's why he's so... Because he knows he's one job amateur radio. Man, I don't understand it, but it's true. You know, you guys are going through a laundry list of the characteristics of Jeff and I, and you were coming up with the same thing, but I was looking back and saying, wait a minute, Jeff and I are in our 60s. You guys are in their 40s. And then when we were in our 40s, we didn't have time for radio wasn't nothing when I was in my 40s. I was building stuff. I was creating stuff. I was creating wealth that just kept growing. These guys are talking on ham radio in their 40s, and they're terrified. They're terrified because they're working for some company. Give craps about them. And in a year or two, they could say, hey, guys, we're moving. We don't have a need for you.
He'll make your fucking head hurt. Just because you don't listen, man. He wants to talk. You don't want to listen. He wants to... Yep. But he don't want to pay attention to logical... Joe wants to yep. Just like he was the other day. He was beating on Chad or whoever it was for being abducted. And then I asked him, Joe, do you believe that we're
These are
alone?
people whose jobs are
And Joe
expendable.
said no, he doesn't believe that we're alone, but he doesn't believe the person talking that they had extraterrestrial confrontation, but he doesn't believe we're alone. So you see, yesterday I put Joe in clamshell, and he knew it. He knew it when I asked him. He knew exactly what I said. And when he said, no, Ernie, I don't believe we're alone, but I'm still going to pick on this guy for talking about how we're not alone. It blew my mind. I mean, that is the kind of ludicrousness that you get with Joe. Over.
Well, what he is, they're both in their 40s. Look at the similarities between Sunday and PHN. They're in their 40s. They work for a company. They're a little grease monkey type mechanic.
I'm just trying to tell you, Joe.
And that company,
Joe, you ain't listening. I'm trying to tell you. You know, you
guys
were
were moving. We're shutting down.
alone.
Hey, guys, we don't
And
need
I
you
ask
anymore. We're going to buy new
if
machines.
you believe we are alone, and you say, oh, well, we're not alone. We're not alone. The space is vast. And you know, the space is
people that are successful in
that's what you said.
Just like we don't have to worry about
just like your buddy. But you were sitting there chewing on another
they're going to work. They know it could be their last day. This is
and I ask you, Joe, if we're alone, and you say, well, of course we're not alone. Of course we're not alone. So make that make sense, Joe. You're not logical. And I was happy for you the other night when you were logical. You said, well, Ernie, yeah, I don't believe we're alone. And I appreciate that, and there were a lot of people on here last night that heard that. But then you went back to attacking the guy who was saying that we're not alone. So make it make sense. KI4G is just, we're trying to nail this jello to the wall.
These guys are 20 years away from us, Ted, and they're afraid. They are afraid, Ted, because you know how these companies are nowadays. You know, they'll be here one day, and next week they'll just say, hey, we're going somewhere else. They can't follow. These guys are one job away.
Well, you know, Joe's getting close to death because he's a piece of shit, and I promised Ted I was going to buy Joe's microphone, so Joe don't act so sad about Joe dying. Ted, be happy with it, man. You're going to get an amplifier, and you'll get a microphone. I'll probably get an amplifier, and I'll give this damn German radio, I don't know, some homeless person. Probably the first homeless person that comes up to me. It's probably who I'm going to give his radio to. Oh. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be a good guy. I'm trying to be a good guy. I'm trying to be the antithesis that Joe is. I'm trying to be the antithesis that Joe is. I'm trying to be the nice guy. I'm trying to get along with people, man. You know, there ain't no sense you being an asshole like Jeff. What's this called? KE9DIV or Joe. What's this current called?
Do whatever we want to do.
They should have changed their calls 5 times now. and all of which are running from who they used to be. So, yeah, we're not above calling it out. We're not above calling a spade a spade. Hey, and Joe, we always do got that duty cycle. KF or TJ?
Well, it's fear. It's economic fear. They're that one job from economic poverty. And that's scaring them. Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it in FIJ.
Economic poverty.
Jobs recently.
Boys, we're going to have to sell our ass. We're going to have to sell our ass, guys. Hey, Joe is projecting the stock market. Joe has pulled the crystal ball up from his crotch, and he's rubbed that thing so hard. Not only has it get hard, it's got clear. And so now Joe is rubbing that ball sack in between his legs, and we all must sell our ham radio gear, because it's just not worthy. It's just not worthy, is it, Joe?
When you're in your 40s, you need to be working several gigs at once. You need to diversify your income flow. These guys are putting it all on red and spinning the roulette wheel. That's extremely dangerous. I mean, I don't know why Ernie, if he can fix all this stuff, why isn't he buying
Well, that's a good point, man. That's a good point there, Chris. Yeah, OnlyFans. Let's not forget about OnlyFans. Hey, Joe, if your stripper who fell off the stripping pole, like you said the other day, fell and broke a coccyx, and it's a what'd you call it?
That's the AC-1 dude.
Oh, damn. What'd you call it? It was damn. Well, anyway, she fell off, man. It was workers' comp, Joe. It was workers' comp. Hey, if she fell off the stripper pole, have you told her about OnlyFans, Joe? Hey, you got to tell her about OnlyFans, man. You got to let her know about OnlyFans. There's another way to make a living, Joe. You know, you can pimp far into the future, man. You just got to let them know. You just got to figure out how to play the game, Joe. OnlyFans, they're over.
Now, there you go, guys. That's another leakage. That's leakage right there.
That's right. Got to keep her on Ashley Madison or she'll leave you. She'll find a better pimp.
Oh, there you go. Now, if he was
she's going to find a better pimp, Joe.
In your 40s, you know, I don't think he would probably know about OnlyFans, but he knows.
And Joe thinks that we believe any of this shit. Joe said the other day that he had a stripper he goes to all the time, and she's living with him and shit. And Joe thinks this is the hilariousness of it that
he knows all about that, but he claims to be happily married.
It's right over his head. Joe thinks that we actually think
if you're happily married
he's got a stripper
are you looking at OnlyFans?
That's what Joe thinks. Joe thinks because he said it on AM radio that we believe it. And that's the fucking tragedy of 7200. CAF or THX?
Hey, you see, THX knows all about OnlyFans, even though he's happily married, right? Sure. Yeah, we believe that. Again, it's the old thing. It's the old thing, you know, even the police officers.
Well, I'm a TikTok guy. Hell, I see what's on TikTok. Hell, there's some weird-ass girls, man, asking for money to show the cooter when there's free cooter out there. That don't make no damn sense to me. You see, that's a simpleton's aspect. Like Joe, that's a pay pig aspect. Joe's paying for the view of that cooter. Joe's paying for that companionship. Joe's got to pay for that shit. Joe, you got to pay for it. And that's all right, but you got to put money down on the barrelhead, son. You got to put cash on the barrelhead, son, before we get underway. But, Joe, a man of my youth don't have to do that. We don't got to pay for none of that. Matter of fact, we've been married 27 years, real happy, Joe. Real happy. We ain't had to pay for no shot of no cooter in goddamn 28 years or plus, man. It's, it's not a thing for us, man. We ain't got to go to the strip joint and try to pick up somebody, Joe. We ain't got to worry about Pamela, your ex, taking 7 figures, Joe. We don't have to worry about that because we're good people. We're good people, Joe, and I know you have a hard time grasping that concept. I don't blame you. We know where you come from here on 7200, but good people ain't got to worry about divorce, Joe. We ain't got to worry about it there. We ain't got to worry about divorce, Joe. We just love all women. We have a good time. We take care of our women. It's good stuff, Joe. You should have learned it years ago. But you're divorced now, so I don't know. What gives? Over.
Oh, what's interesting?
What gives, Joe? What gives with
you? He was
you?
married for 27 years, and then he corrected himself and said 28. I think Sarah's in the background saying it's 28. You friggin' moron.
Well, at least I have a YL to look back and talk to, Joe. You look back and you talk to the latest Jim Morrison picture. You talk back to your youth in the background, Joe. You hang a poster on your wall. You're trying to talk to Jimmy Buffett and shit. But we turn around and we talk to a real person, Joe. A real person, Joe. We don't have to buy no doll off of China. We don't got to get no flexible polyurethane doll, Joe. We talk back here to a real person because we've integrated, Joe. We've integrated our lives. We're not a narcissist there.
I hear a couple of Alabama stations.
You ain't listening, Joe. I'm trying to tell you.
Every once in a while.
KF4THX, I'm trying to tell you.
He doesn't do it all the time.
We integrate our lives there, Joe. We don't got to go to the strip joint to try to find love. We've found it naturally, Joe. Naturally. And we understand why you're so upset and so bitter and so angry and so awful. Because you are awful. You are absolutely awful. You're an awful human being. But, we understand why you couldn't stay married, Joe. But some of us have actually done it. Some of us have actually fought for it, Joe. And, that you're that goddamn awful. It doesn't surprise me. Over.
Can you kind of modulate your cursing?
Over.
Can you kind of modulate your foul language tonight?
Over. Go fuck yourself, Joe. Over.
KF4THX. Maybe listening.
You don't like my modulation, Joe. Is it too loud? Turn your RF gain down. Oh. You gotta turn your receiver down, Joe. Turn it now. Of course, you couldn't find the button for your XYL, so it doesn't surprise me you don't know how to turn your radio down.
People can get involved in amateur radio.
You couldn't find her button there, Joe. You couldn't find Pam's button, so it doesn't surprise me you can't turn your radio down. Well, it's terrible that she left you after all them years of trying to put
like gravity versus anti-gravity.
Left you with the $72,000 house, and now you're 64 years old living with a stripper. That's what's terrible. That's the great tragedy of 7200, Joe. It's not Ernie or Chris or anybody else. It's actually watching what has become of your life. Because, Joe, you were smarter than this, man.
Yes,
you were smarter than this. You were brighter than this.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
Here you are. Here you are, sucked up on 7200 living with a stripper.
That cigarette smoking is finally paying off, Ernie. All that cigarette smoking is finally paying off. I'm at the edge.
You're at the edge.
I could hear you. He finally shut. Every once in a while, he turns it up because he knows that you guys are getting over him. And he turns up that drive. He doesn't leave it there. I think there's a problem.
Did I hear you just fine, Chris?
Go ahead, comment. Go ahead.
Investment is working.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
comment.
you spent the money, man. You're doing it.
Go ahead, comment.
Oh, hold on, Joe. Chris, are you done with me? Oh,
Yeah, he's done.
I am curious to hear the comment.
Go ahead, comment. What?
you said you're a bitch. Jolie! You didn't hear it, bitch?
Well, Sarah, I just want you to know that there's help being married to an alcoholic.
Well,
There's
we
help.
just want you to know that 1 out of 50 disagree, and 50 say you're a bitch.
Well, that's only 2%. That's
Well,
not
you're
much.
1% of the 50. So, no, that's 49% agree, and you're in denial. You narcissistic bitch. That's what we're trying to tell you, Joe. You ain't got no sense, man. You ain't got no gravel in your bucket.
Hey, I ain't got no sense.
You ain't got no gravel in your bucket.
He said, I ain't got no sense, Alabama.
a semi without no load. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about your shit without no merit, man. You ain't got nothing to back up what you're saying, Joe. You're talking about...
Looks like they finally found Joe on the 3.844 megahertz, stumbling upon 7.2 megahertz, and now they're finally calling him out for it.
You've been eating stinging hot dogs, Joe. We smell your baloney breath, man. What's wrong with you? On that bargain symbol. You know, you gotta get a better signal, man. You got that dollar store signal. Over.
Anybody got a master's degree from a respected university? I'd like to talk to you. Yeah, I'd like to talk to someone that's got a master's degree from a normal university, maybe even a state university.
Well, hold on a minute, Joe. Somebody's trying to talk to Ernie. Can you be kind enough to let him go?
Anybody with a master's degree, or?
Go ahead for the fellow with Ernie.
Anybody with a bachelor's degree? I'm going to keep lowering until I get somebody. Anybody with a bachelor's degree in science? None of this BA bullshit.
Hey, Joe, we met the criteria eons ago, but nobody wants to talk to you because you're an asshole. Don't you get that? Oh,
anybody with a high school degree? Anybody with a high school diploma?
Who wants to talk to an asshole? Oh, that's what
anybody
you
with a GED? Anybody with a GED? Oh,
you forgot that shit. You gotta be kind and considerate, Joe. You gotta be friendly.
Anybody with a Jeff Bro OD 6th grade education,
man, and nobody wants to talk to you. Oh,
anybody with a 6th grade education, come now. Hey, how you doing, Todd? Let's talk about aliens, over. They're coming, yeah, well.
Well, Joe agrees that there's people out there, there's things out there, but he don't believe they're your people. So that's what kind of asshole Joe is. Joe thinks he's got it figured out. He says, people may come see you, but they ain't my people.
I come from the Department of Redundancy.
You come from the land of dumbass. That's what you come from. You come from the land of maybe educated. And by the way, that's never been proven in the 20 years I've known you. There's never been not a single piece of evidence of you having 3 degrees. Since I've known you 20 years now, Joe, 20 years, not a single piece of evidence that you've been educated in any way whatsoever. And that comes from some of your fans. So, yeah, you don't hold it against us that we find it hard to believe that a lying piece of shit sack of fucking foreskin like you would tell the truth. Don't hold it against us that we don't believe you, you lying sack of shit. Okay. Which is all you've ever done is lie out of your mouth. Matter of fact, the FCC government caught you in a lie, a dead-ass lie, KF or THS, claims this transmission. The FCC caught you in a dead-ass lie when you sent in a recording on a frequency that they had been monitoring, and they realized it didn't match. It didn't match, Joe. The FCC said, Joe, you're sending in a bunch of bullshit, and they threatened you, and you changed your call. Don't act like that, Joe. You're out your fucking mind if you think you have some kind of moral high ground to stand on. Talk your well shit. What are you talking about?
Okay, man, that's loaded with information.
Okay, man, that's
okay. First of all, none of that's true. I never attempted to send a recording back in those days at all.
You gotta be sure that you don't fuck over the government, Joe.
But here's the thing that really upset me about what you said.
Government on K3VR, Brian Crow.
Brian Crow got busted by the FCC. He had to pay $7,000. Brian Crow, K3VR, had to pay $7,000 to the U.S. Treasury.
It's one of the five times that you ran from your past.
Even though Tom Watley was telling you, hey, ixnay on Brian Crow. You know, Tom Watley was not happy with you.
Enough, Joe, to know exactly who you are. and that tears you up inside. And I appreciate that. Careful, teacher.
Your handlers are not happy every time you bring up Brian Crow. Because, you know, you can do a Google search on
handlers. I don't need any handler to realize what kind of piece of shit you are. Matter of fact, here you are reciting the Jeff Seidel spiel earlier. I think there were those who were on here about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. I think y'all heard Jeff Seidel talk about my handlers. And I talked to Jeff about how he was sucking Joe's pecker over the phone, and Jeff said, "Oh no." You guys are too stupid to play this game. You're too stupid. You don't realize it. And literally, I wasted my intelligence on you, Joe. I'm literally wasting my good time ham radio intelligence on you. But you know what pisses me off is when you pick on other hams, you just go after them.
Yeah, I do.
They'll say something and you just dig and dig and dig on them. That's bullshit, Joe. That's not the way ham radio is supposed to be. You are not what typical ham radio is supposed to be. You're an infection, Joe. You're gonorrhea. You're an STD. And we got to get people to quit having sex with you. We got to get them to quit talking to you, Joe. Your problem. And your old buddy Jeff said, we don't talk the same thing. Yet here you are saying the same words, man. Listen, we got to get some penicillin in here. We got to get rid of Joe. Careful, kid.
Hey, Ernie, can you learn to use Vox?
No.
Well, I mean, I use Vox.
Well, I use Vox only when it's applicable.
It's applicable.
When you come on the air, it's like, well, UID, IID, let's talk about it. But no, for real, I do find it funny, Joe, that you and Jeff use the same verbiage today. The handlers,
3 days ago.
he said earlier. And there were people in here who were listening then, they're listening now. They're hearing the same thing I heard.
You sound tired.
But they mentioned handlers. And Jeff said he don't talk to you, Joe.
Well, I use that word.
He don't fuck with you. But yet here you are using the same verbiage. Well, Joe,
This should scare you, Ernie. Let me explain something. I used that word handler 2 or 3 nights ago. I'm really surprised you can't remember.
I don't follow you around, Joe. I don't follow you around. I don't follow you around because I don't give a shit. Like I was telling Jeff, your butt buddy earlier, your P. Diddy buddy. Like I was telling Jeff, your P. Diddy buddy, you know, he's calling you daddy and shit. Yeah, I turn my radio on at 7200. I turn my radio off at 7200. I don't go nowhere near P. Diddy. I don't go nowhere else but that there, P. Diddy. So listen, if Jeff's calling you daddy and shit, listen, I know what's up. I'm okay with that. Y'all just do your thing, keep it away from the kids, and quit being an asshole. That's all you gotta do, Joe. You gotta quit being an asshole and keep it away from the kids, man. Over.
And you use Vox.
You gotta stop it, Joe. You gotta keep it away from the kids.
Pass Vox, Ernie, pass Vox.
No, I go. It's bullshit. Keep it away from the kids,
Yeah, that's the last refuge of us.
Huh?
That's exactly what you
Listen,
want.
Joe, you're not going to control my Vox,
Pass
man.
Vox so we can have a conversation.
We take care of it down here, old buddy. You know about what time of night it is. You're a weak signal. And we're whipping on your ass here this afternoon. You're a weak signal. Hey, Joe, go look at your clock. Go look at that gray line. See what you're saying. Yeah, you're a weak signal. But that's for sure, man. You know, Jeff uses the same vernacular. Using the same vernacular. And Jeff said you're talking about, he don't talk about you on my phone. What's he talking about? Talking about handlers and shit. Joe, you're out your ever-loving mind, but we knew that about a pedophile. Careful, kid.
No, that's because, like I said, I use that phrase or that word about 3 days ago. I think I used it a week ago also. It really upsets you because you know it's true. You know it's true. Those boys own you.
You're not listening.
What they have on you.
You're not listening, boy. You ain't
I don't know what they have
I'm trying to
on
ask
you.
you.
But they
Is
got
just sucking your
something
dick?
on you.
Is he following you around, man? Is he following you around, boy? Is he following your vernacular? Is just sucking your pecker? That's what we're trying to figure out.
Now listen to that. That's high school or lower. That's high school or lower logic there.
It is true.
This guy is the lowest of the
It
low.
is true.
Man. What
It's
a
exactly
stinking
true.
trash,
And what
white
fucks
trash
Joe up is the
operator.
truth. Joe don't like the truth. Joe don't like OGs who've been around long enough to see his bullshit. Joe don't like that bullshit. He's running from his ex-wife. Hell, she took everything and the amplifier. You know, we talking to Joe. Joe was bad raising. His old man popped himself in the head. His old lady, his mama left him. That's what we've got to deal with here on Ham Radio with Joe Italiano. That's how you figure out them broken souls, man. Is because even the parents said they weren't worth a fuck and they left them. That's what we end up with. We end up with a bunch of Joes talking bullshit. So the old man shot himself in the head and his mama left him. Well, I don't blame him, Joe. I don't blame him. I don't blame him for leaving you. You're a piece of shit. Maybe they found out that you were a lost cause, you know? Back then, they used to have insane asylums and adoption wards. I guess you come along a little too late for that, because they probably set your ass in a basket on the front stoop over. Yeah, get him in the sane asylum and give him a damn Electro Voice 667 and let him beat himself in the head with it. Joe, is that how you going to get through the night? Over. Well, bring it on. We're still waiting on letters from your lawyer and all that bullshit you were talking about. But that still doesn't change the fact that you're a bastard, wantedless child that the rest of us have to deal with because you're a piece of shit. So, yeah, I mean, go hire a lawyer, retainer, but that doesn't change that your parents didn't want you and the old man shot himself in the head getting away from you. Oh,
It's a new game, boy.
well, right the fucking letter.
We've entered into a new game.
It's a new game, boy. Listen, I've been threatened by bigger men with bigger calibers. You're much lesser of man with no fucking teeth. When you threaten me, I get a fucking hard-on. So send that son of a bitch. Lick that stamp. Lick that fucking stamp. Lick the fucking stamp, you blowhard faggot. Lick the fucking stamp. Lick the fucking stamp. Stop running your cock holster and lick the fucking stamp. Lick the fucking stamp, Joe. You're running your cum down here. Smells like cum here on 7200 with you breathing on all of us. Lick the fucking stamp. Lick the fucking stamp. Joe ain't listening. This is what Joe's in. See, I've backed Joe in a corner. Now he has no choice but to do one or two things. Either shut the fuck up and be a bitch, or spend money on a lawyer. Joe, record your messages and spend that money on a lawyer. I hope you got
This is going to be really
a
exciting.
little more. I'd rather you not lick your wounds and go somewhere else. I'd rather cost you money.
APY
You are nothing but a piece of
willing
shit.
part to go into new territory, into a new domain,
fucking
into a new area,
You know,
into a new
really a
realm,
piece of shit.
into a new world.
Lick
This is exciting.
stamp.
This is so
Lick that motherfucker and send it to 224 Old Orchard Lane, Henderson, Kentucky, 42420. I'm good on QRZ. I'm sure your lawyer can find it easy, but lick that motherfucker and quit running your dick sucker. That's all I ask. Please, Lord, give me that.
There you go. New game.
Fire
place for you. I got a place for you, little boy. I thought it was interesting.
Oh, he's mad.
When Jeff was saying
You see,
something,
that
and he
challenge
said,
was
well, I've
licking the
never been
stamp, and now he's
thinking
just furious. Those demons within him, those demons within Joe Italiano,
from the FBI.
is spinning on his shoulders right now. He don't know how to handle me.
He had a
He don't know how to handle me.
in his ham radio activity. He had a visit by the FBI. Now let's think about that a little bit.
But you don't know how to handle that.
Do you think that those are equivalent in some way?
Spin on your shoulders.
I would think. I would believe
But you don't know how to handle that.
the FBI visiting is probably 1,000 times more serious
I've been
than
waiting
anything
on
the
that for about
FBI
3
or the
weeks.
FCC
Now you're on 7. We're waiting on that, Joe. We're waiting on that.
The FBI is a criminal law investigating this situation. And he's sitting there saying, hey, I've never had any problem with the FCC. But he completely ignored the FBI visit, which was very serious, by the way.
Joe.
And
And then I'm going to send the microphone to Ted. Joe, I've been trying to tell you what I've been going to do, but you ain't listening. I'm trying to tell you what I'm going to do, but you're used to dealing with a bunch of Neanderthals. You're used to dealing with a bunch of fucking morons. But we're telling you right now, KI4THX, Kilo India 4, Tango Hotel X-ray. You gotta lick that stamp.
Because the FBI told him to let him keep
You send it to me. Because I'm waiting. I'm foaming at the mouth. Waiting for you to send me that letter. KI4THX. God, let him do that.
Maybe the FCC stayed away because there were lots of people spoken by Mike Adams. Mike Adams, you know.
Just lick the stamp.
Was interfering with. And then maybe
Joe, this is your name now. Lick the stamp, Joe.
I want to hear what this idiot must think. That's why
Joe,
he got
from here on out,
sideways with the
and lick
FBI,
the
not with the
stamp,
FCC.
Joe.
Think a little bit, guys. Think.
Lick the stamp, Joe. Look at Joe.
He was totally afraid.
No, it's gone beyond that.
Lick the stamp, Joe. You're high voicing me. Lick the stamp, Tito. Hell, you're a pedophile. So, you know, your empty threats matter nothing to me, you fucking pedophile. You're a member of the man, but let me give you something to turn in. Let me give you something to turn in, because as I know it, this is the truth. Joe, as I have read it, as I have seen it, I believe this is the truth. Let's burn them dollars. V7K of them. Let's burn them dollars, Joe. As I have seen it, you're a pedophile. You're a pedophile, Joe. You're a member of the National Man-Boy Love Association. You like fucking them young boys. And I ain't interested in it, Joe. I ain't interested in your pedophilism. Not interested in your pedophilism. You better get away from me, man. So you better lick the stamp. But I'm here to tell you, as I have seen it, I believe it. What's out there? Joe Italiano, fucking pedophile. Here he is getting he's getting called out for it. Children up. Better lock your children up when Joe's around, because he'll try to grab them. Joe'll try to grab them. You can look it
But
up.
we're in a new world now. We're living in a new world.
DE7 KSM.com. Go on to the Joe Italiano tab. You'll find some IP addresses. When Joe Italiano was the president of the Illinois chapter of the North American Man-Boy Love Association. Again, that's the North American Man-Boy Love Association. And if you dig into what is the North American Man-Boy Love Association, you're going to end up with this bunch of fucking pedophiles. He's a chomo bear, y'all. He's a chomo bear. He's driving an ice cream truck. He's trying to drive down the neighborhood and pick up the kids. That's why his old lady left him. He don't want to talk about Pamela. When we talk to Pamela, Joe, you want to talk about Pamela? Joe just said he want to talk about Pamela. We'll tell you what she talks about there. I'll tell you what she talks about, Joe, but there's a reason why you started beating on her, Joe, and she had to get that restraining order for Pamela, because she found out you was a P. Diddy. Over? Not over yet. She found out you was a P. Diddy.
So drunk.
She found out you was a woman P. Diddy boys. You know what I'm saying? You looking for them boyfriends, Joe. And that's what Pamela said. And she left you, and she's doing much better now. She's a occupational therapist, doing really well. Doing really well. Really happy. Matter of fact, she's remarried. She's doing really good, Joe. Doing really good without you. I'm glad of that, too. She got them 7 figures from you, KF4 teacher. She got them 7 figures. But you still a pedo. Oh.
Raging, and I know how to put it out.
Joe.
This ain't my first rodeo. I know how to put out that fire.
The boy thinks she's been in a rodeo.
Yeah, he's just trying to filibuster the truth. Joe, the truth will always set you free, and you don't have a big enough signal to filibuster the truth,
Isn't that
Joe.
what they call
Joe,
spurs?
she took that with a divorce.
I know how to rake
When
those
she left you, she took that money for the aunt with spurs, Joe. She didn't leave you with nothing, Joe, and bless her heart. I mean, you deserve less than what you got. You got a home. You should have got a prison cell. You fucking chomo.
I'll talk to you as soon as he passes out, Todd, because he's going to pass out. He's really loaded.
I'm sober as a judge. Drinking Kool-Aid here tonight, Joe, but we all call it a spade, chomo. Oh.
Yeah, Kool-Aid probably with vodka in it. That's a very common hillbilly drunk drink there, you know.
Yeah.
They buy that vodka in
3 days, but not that that's a feat by any means. Usually I go weekend,
talking
but,
about that. He buys this
yeah,
vodka.
Joe, you see, you're trying for every reason to get away with Kool-Aid. And I don't blame you.
There you go.
You're trying to run here. You're a scared rabbit. But we know what Pamela said. Do you want to know what Pamela said?
You know what Sarah's going to say about you?
Well, no, hold on now. I asked you a question. You can't return with the question. I asked you a question. Do you know what Pamela said?
Do you imagine being stuck with a
No. Now, Pamela knows you better than anybody on ham radio, and that's why you're scared of her. Because she knows your intimate side. She knows you intimately. She slept with you, Joe. She's been with you. And I think people here on 7200 would like to know what a person like that thinks of you, don't you?
to support themselves, and they probably don't know what
yeah, we do, man. We trying to break old Joe down like a shotgun. You don't want to hear about what his ex-wife had to say about him. I don't blame him. He's running, kilowatts, mad at me and whatnot, talking about, well, you shouldn't talk about that. But we're trying to figure out if Joe would like to hear what Pamela said about him. Over. You don't want to hear about Pamela?
Look that one up. He crossed the Rubicon.
You don't want to hear about what Pamela said about you, Joe?
He crossed the Rubicon. There's no going back, guys. There's no going back.
Joe, we're trying to ask you to lick the stamp. But aren't you interested in what Pamela had to say about you, chomo?
This is going to end.
You're a child molester. You're a child molester. That's what she said, Joe. She said you're a chomo. You're a pedo bear. Young males and stuff. You be interested in that P. Diddy shit, Joe. That's what she told us. She told us that she left you because she found that out. And then she took 7 figures because you was a fraud, a fake all these years. You're a homosexual, Joe. That's what she told us. You hear me? That's what your ex-wife told us. She said you was a homosexual, Joe. Joe, you ain't got enough big enough signal to fight that, but that's what Pamela said. That's Joe's ex-wife. She told us that Joe was a homosexual. He was a closeted homosexual. And he was more interested in the young boys than he was the older men. Hence his allegiance to the North America Man-Boy Love Association. Check that out on VU7KFM.
That's a lie.
That's what Pamela said she wasn't going to have that. Oh, she wasn't going to
the way of the FCC. But Ernie's a special case. See, the FBI went after Ernie. I mean, the FBI went after Ernie, not the FCC.
I don't blame you for talking about the FBI after I start talking about your chomo activity. I don't blame you. That seems like
no, this is going to end badly. I don't know.
You know, I would like to redirect the listeners' attention to
too late. It's too late.
Look under the Joe Italiano.
It's too late.
Call signs. They'll all lead you. There's one site out there that leads you to the Chomo, like Joe Italiano.
It's too late.
It'll lead you there. So I don't blame Joe for being all upset about that shit, but
it's too late.
I'd be upset too, Joe. I'd be upset too if somebody was calling you out. I mean, we're going to get you on a Chris Hansen episode, man. We're going to get your ass on a Chris Hansen episode. Over, Camp. What you think?
Yeah, it's too late. It's too late. There's no going back.
Well, I hope you lick this damn. Why are you still here talking? Why are you still here talking?
You're not familiar with that.
You're not listening. You're not listening, Joe. You're not listening.
Look it up. What does the phrase crossing the Rubicon mean?
Are you still here talking? Why are you still here talking, Joe? You're still here talking about it. It's too late, Earth. It's too late. You've gone too far.
He said that.
Here you are.
Why did he say that?
Your savior. And here I am still talking about the child molester you are. So I don't know where that too late point come from, Joe, but you probably should mark it down on your calendar. You know, data stamp that motherfucker. Do something. I don't know what you're drinking.
I know a lot of people that drink on the weekends, but
or shut the fuck up.
That's all, miscellaneous worthless information. We're into a new domain now. We're living in a new world.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to like the new world because the new world is all about brute force.
Okay, Joe. Listen, Joe. You probably run your monitor right now on your radio. You got your headphones.
Make it sound like
every word you said, but I'm here still. That's the one way. So all you gotta do is shut your cocksucker and lick that stamp and send it to your lawyer. You don't have to be in here talking shit all night, Joe. Nobody wants to listen to you whine and cry and bitch and moan. Just make it. If I receive a letter from your lawyer, I'll announce it. I'll announce it on the air. I swear to God, as God is my witness, I will announce the letter I get from your lawyer on the air. But basically, Joe, you're just toothless by the time you got a paper fucking tiger. So nut up or
we
shut
moved way past that. There's no longer a letter involved. There's no law enforcement, there's no deputy sheriff, there's nothing like that involved anymore.
Where's the
now it's brute force and ignorance.
Okay, well,
ignorance usually wins in a case like this. And
And
whoever is the most ignorant is going to lose.
Other than run your dick-sucking, smelly, P-Diddy fucking breast ass. Do something.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Do something other than run your mouth like everybody on 7200 has heard from you.
I always go from one challenge to the other. Sometimes it takes me quite a while, but I usually get there.
With no merit whatsoever behind any word that you said. So I'm challenging you, you beach nut piece of shit. Lick that fucking stamp, hire that fucking attorney, or shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's a lawyer.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, Joe, there's lawyers. You're not understanding me, Joe. You want to talk because you want to hear yourself heard. But what I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to tell you again, you pissant piece of shit. Lick the fucking stamp
the game.
Hire the retainer fee for your lawyer or shut the fuck up. Can you do one of those two things? Can you find it in your heart, honestly, to do one of those two things? Or you just want to figure out
But the only thing that works with people like you, the only thing that works with people like you
is lick the fucking stamp. And we're waiting on licking the fucking stamp. You're right, that's the only thing that works with people like me. I don't believe in paper tigers. I don't believe in paper tigers. You've been threatening me for 20 years now. You can go fuck yourself. None of your threats have ever come to fruition. You're a paper tiger. You've got 0 teeth in your skull. And all we're asking is if you're such an adversary, if you're such a person to be taken you can lick that fucking stamp. If that YL of yours who left you because you're a fucking child molester didn't take 17 to afford that lawyer. But Joe, you have a hard time buying the goddamn fucking signs in your fucking doorway that say no trespassing. You fucking scared little bastard. Can't afford you. That's what we're asking for.
Look at my checkbook.
You look the stamp. And I'm telling everybody on frequency, I have a letter from Joe's lawyer. I promise, as God is my witness, I will come in here and talk about it. I will talk about it, Joe. I will talk about it. So you can run your mouth all you want, yada, 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 dick, breath, whatever. Or you could just lick the fucking stamp and quit running your mouth. So what are you going to do here? You going to run your mouth some more, or are you going to go lick that stamp? Can't afford you that. Well, we're waiting on you to lick the stamp, Joe. You're talking about across the Rubicon and shit like that. Listen, you need to lick that fucking stamp. Go lick that fucking stamp for the cheap-ass lawyer you've got on retainer. Lick that motherfucker. Put it in the mailbox. Put it in, received mail. I'll sign for that motherfucker when it gets here. All you got to do is just hold up your end of the bargain, Joe. That's all you got to do. You got to quit running your mouth and just lick the fucking stamp. How hard is that for you?
No going back.
Okay, lick the stamp.
How to explain this to you?
Yeah, well, lick the stamp. I'm not scared, obviously, of anything you have to say. Matter of fact, I'm taunting you to lick the stamp. I'm taunting you, Joe. I'm not scared of anything you got to say. You got nothing to show me. Listen, asshole, I've seen real fear in my life, and you ain't fucking it. Okay? The goddamn lawyer's letter ain't fucking real fear. I promise you that. And I'm begging you to lick the stamp and let's light this fucking candle.
Oh, it's lit.
All right, well, send it. We'll be waiting. Light this fucking candle. We'll be waiting. So if I don't have your letter in 2 or 3 days, should I say something? Should I comment and say, Joe, nothing received? Yeah, figuratively speaking, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And you don't scare me one bit. You don't even know what fear is.
You make bad assumptions all the time. You make bad assumptions all the time.
He's talking out of his ass. I'm literally begging to lick a stamp at this point, and he's talking shit.
Really? I don't think you know me very well, Ernie. I think you're making a big mistake. That's okay. That's what
I don't know, man. I hope it's better, Joe. I mean, not really. I mean, it's obviously, this motherfucker, he's just with the struggle. He's obviously lost it. He thinks disagreements on AM radio equal, like, judiciary involvement.
Oh, it's worse than that.
He's a hall monitor, boys. He's a hall monitor.
Some stupid-ass hillbilly like
get in your face, boy.
Some stupid-ass hillbilly like yourself thinking that you can run your mouth about any subject.
Well, we're waiting. We're waiting, Joe, and we haven't seen anything yet. Oh.
Because you've got the TV mentality. It's just shit talk. Little shit talk. All the problems. Go with to certain people. He never learned that. He never took the time to learn that. The FBI showing up scared him off. This is the FBI times a million. This is the FBI times a million because there are no rules. FBI has to follow a set of rules. The world I deal in, there are no rules. It's too late, over. Oh, he crossed the Rubicon. I think you might know what I mean. He crossed the Rubicon, and when you cross the Rubicon, there has to be action. There has to be action. There is no alternative to action. He doesn't understand the code. He doesn't understand the code.
Destroy it, Joe.
You got it backwards. Cross the Rubicon. There is no way.
He ain't listening to us, but I would like a definition of the Rubicon as well, but he ain't listening right now. Try me again here in a minute.
You have to live my life. You have to live my life in my shoes. You can't violate the code. The code must live on. The code must go from generation to generation. And if somebody violates that code, there is no answer other than one answer. There's no way out. There is no way out. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. You're going to get it when I fire up having those NKW amplifiers, figuratively speaking, of course. With an alcoholic, it's a terrible thing.
I'm wondering what comes after the look.
Well, you just stand by. You just stand by and keep your eyes open and your ears open and probably keep your mouth shut. That would be a good combination.
Sarah's liking it. Unlike
Eyes
you,
open,
Joe, who don't have
ears
anybody at
open.
home. It sounds like Sarah's really liking that. So, sit back and enjoy.
There is no way back. Rufus, I think you might know something about this, Rufus. You know, I don't want to go into
Nah, he
detail.
don't know shit, Dad. He thinks he does, he don't know. We're trying to humor you, Joe. We're trying to humor you.
You don't have any discretion.
Joe, we're trying to humor you. We understand you're alone and all that. And she left you. We're trying to humor you. But you got to be nicer, man. Hey, Joe, you got to be nicer on here.
I can't stop it.
You can't stop you being an asshole?
This is going to happen. I feel bad because I think he's just
there you go, guys. You can't stop. Joe can't stop it.
But I can't stop it, guys. I can't stop it. I'm going to key that microphone with that big amplifier and that wire beam. There's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do. Over. Sarah, we're going to help. We're going to help.
We're all trying to figure out, what
It's a great frequency, sir. This is amateur radio ever since the CBers took over. Either CBers, CB trash, and they don't understand rules. They have no adherence to any rules. I'm not talking about FCC rules. I'm I'm not talking about firearm rules to get the FBI involved. I'm talking about how...
Yeah, poor Joe. Joe's all, listen to that monkey out there paying them chimes left and right. Joe, we appreciate the show tonight, man. You're doing a good job, bro.
Joe, I just want to know what comes in
They never grew up with a structure.
He ain't done talking, is he?
It's bigger. It's bigger than my life. It's bigger than my father.
Well, we don't give a shit.
It's bigger than my grandfather.
We don't give a shit about
than all of
grandiosity, self-perceived, self-importance. We don't give a shit about that. What we do give a shit about here at Cat 4TS is you licking that stamp, man. All you gotta do is lick that stamp and shut the fuck up. Just lick
It's the rules by which we live by. It's the rules by which we breathe air. He doesn't understand.
Take a break from
He's wandering around. A dog.
Yeah, he's licking cock. We need to lick him stamp. Lick a stamp, Joe.
Anything. He doesn't have the understanding of something much bigger than himself. He doesn't get that. But he's going to. He's going to, but it's too late. It's too late. Nobody can change it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking, Joe. If it's not
We just sit back and watch. That's all we can do. Now it's a spectator sport, guys. Now it's spectator sport. We sit back and watch.
But there's a question from the gallery.
Well, I don't answer questions. You got to learn the code. You got to understand the code and how some people live their life every day. Every breath they take is to fulfill the code. You don't understand that. He doesn't understand it. But there's no going back. I can't change any of this now. It's too late.
Yeah, I'm sure you're eating a bag of corn nuts as you're talking shit, and that's about how worried I am. So, lick the stamp, do whatever you want. I'm going to get another corn nut. So go ahead,
There's absolutely nothing I can do. It's too late. I mean, the code can't be violated. The code can't be violated. My life is nothing without the code. You don't understand. You'll never get it. You'll never get it.
Oh, yeah, chances are good too.
He's drunk all the time, and he violated the code, and I can't go back. I feel kind of bad about it. In a way, I feel like I'm walking into it, but
well, we'll just be waiting tomorrow there, Joe, and the day after, and the day after, and the day after, and we'll be right back in here. Handing you your asshole like we did tonight. I mean, we literally ringed system was it doesn't matter. Probably talking right now. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear about it. And I don't blame you, Joe. A narcissist like you would have a hard time hearing about how you had your ass handed to you on frequency. But I handed you your ass, make no bones about it. I handed you your ass, and here you are all emotional, Joe. You're feminine, you're high-voicing us and everything, man, just like your mama taught you before she left your sorry, decrepit ass. But, yeah, you're high-voicing us, Joe. If the old man was around, he didn't pop himself in the head. He might have taught you to be more of a man, but we've got to deal with what we got now, and this is what we got, Joe, so... Yeah, we're trying to humor him. We're trying to humor him, Joe. You're talking about he's past this, he's past that. Listen, just lick the stamp or make a fucking, statement, man. Do whatever you gotta do. We're sitting here waiting for it. But it's time for you to stop being a bitch about it. Stop being a little cunt. Stop being a little dick sucker, little faggot boy like you are. And man the fuck up. Sack the fuck up, Joe. Take your sack back from your stripper live-in, put them back in your crotch, and file that complaint. God help me. Please file that complaint. As God is my witness, I pray that you file that complaint, because there ain't no Indian DEA going to keep me from spreading this shit on the air. I'm going to tell every little stinking bit of information I know about you on the air. So for crying out loud, lick the stamp, hire the lawyer, quit bullshitting. Nobody believes you anyway. You're full of shit. You're a fucking liar. Nobody believes you anyway. You're a piece of shit. Your parents didn't love you. Your old man clapped herself in the head to get away from you. Your mother left you because you were a piece of shit as well. She knew a lost cause. So you shut the fuck up and lick the stamp. That's all you got to do. Shithead person. Just lick the stamp. That's all you got to do, Joe. Lick the stamp. There you go. Amen. Joe ain't licking nothing but P. Diddy cock. Paper tiger, man. Toothless tiger. Joe threatening me gives me a hard on. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it where it comes from. If he's hating on you, you're doing something right, because he's a real piece of shit. He is a crybaby bitch. Can't won't teach him. Like that. I think Kool-Aid all night. Anyway, Ted, John, Chris, a few others in there, Horace. Hey, good hearing all y'all in here tonight, man. 7-3's guys. Y'all have a good night, man. From KF4THA, Pork Chopping the Grass. We'll see you bye. Yeah, 736.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Yeah.
Okay, catch you later, Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, lick the stamp. Oh.
No, that's just to the ignorant.
Oh,
When you don't understand.
Are you back for more? Joe, did you hit your light bulb? Did you fire up that methamphetamine in the
But you don't understand what somebody lives by. But you don't, when you don't understand, let me give you an example. Thought he was leaving. someone can appear to be, because you don't understand the culture.
Joey Crouchy, bitchy.
Give me an example, you know.
Joey Crouchy, bitchy. Joey Crouchy, bitchy.
We used to fly helicopters over people, and the GIs or whoever would have their boots, but hanging their boots over the side of the helicopter door. And that's a fantastic insult. So showing the bottom of your shoe is a big insult. More or less, you're saying your shit on the bottom of my shoe. And that was a cultural difference. And what we're having today is little Ernie, KF4THX, Ernie James Sanders, understand cultural differences. And when he violates those, that triggers certain things that there's no way to go back on. I picked the pig. Go back. You just can't go back. I mean, once you cross a certain level, there's only one outcome that's acceptable.
But you know, such an asshole. That's probably you realize how crazy they are. And then they wonder, one of them feels like a block. One of them why
He's been drinking Kool-Aid. Can you believe that? No, he's drunk again. But that's okay. We're way past that now. All these little details don't need to be. There's only one outcome that's acceptable to me now. There's only one outcome. I'm going to pursue that because I have to. I have no way of backing up. That's the only reason I suck air every day. It's the culture. It's the code. I can't back up, guys. Sorry. I didn't want it to end this way. I didn't. I did not want it to go this way. I thought Ernie would get smart, he would back up, but he won't. So this is, there's nothing I can do. I mean, there is no way for me to stop. The train is rolling down the hill. There's no brakes on the train. There's only one result. There's only one result. I can't stop it, guys. I mean, you could say, well, you might be able to do something to put the brakes on it. I can't. I simply can't. I can't. It would be like I denied my total existence.
Yourself again, son. You got the schizophrenia is taking over, Joe. The schizophrenia is taking over. Nobody's saying that. Ernie's trying to say, lick the stamp and quit talking shit. Let's get it rolling. Like that fire, motherfucker. That's what Ernie's trying to say. You ain't listening, though. You ain't listening. You want to talk a bunch of shit. You want to talk shit, Jones. But Ernie's saying, like that fire. Going good. And here you are talking shit. Talking more fucking shit. Just shut the fuck up. Go light that fire. Go lick that stamp. Go do whatever you gotta do. Go figure it out, Joe. Ain't nobody got any patience for your bullshit and all 7,200. You made everybody suffer enough. Every time you get on radio, everybody suffers. Everybody sighs when they hear your current call sign. And they're like, God damn, I hate that son of a bitch, Joe. But they just don't want to be fucked with. They won't be fucked with. But I'm telling you, light that fire. Stop running your dick holster. Light that fire. Lit that stamp. Stop talking shit. And let's get it done. And I promise everybody on frequency, if you got some, that if I get something from you, you'll 100% share it. I'll 100% share it, Joe. So all you gotta do is lick that stamp, quit blowing other motherfuckers' cock, and let it happen. Quit being a stitch, quit being a hall monitor, quit running off like a goddamn Pomeranian, like an ankle biter, and let that shit happen. I'm trying to tell you, you fucking with the real one. You just don't know it. You fucking with the real one there, Joe. You fucking with the real one. I'm daring you. I'm daring you, Joe. You're probably trying to talk over me right now, but I'm letting you know I'm daring you. I dare you, you scum-sucking pedophile piece of shit. I'm daring you to send me a letter. Joe, I'm daring you. What's wrong with that? What don't you understand? It's simple. I'm daring you. KF4THX, double dog dare. Double dog dare.
I have no ability to stop what's going to happen.
Fucking
I can't
we don't give a shit about what ability you have. You don't have lick the fucking stamp and
what's going to happen. It would be like
KF4THX. Lick the fucking stamp or shut the fuck up. Nobody cares what you got.
And I'm not going to let that happen. It's just going to happen, guys. The train's rolling. There's no brakes on the train. That hill is stamp or shut the fuck up. And there's a curve at the end of the bottom of that hill.
Well, we're waiting on it. You're still running your mouth.
I can't stop it. The train. Somebody else pushed the train out of my hand.
Yeah. We've been waiting for weeks.
I have some control over what's going to happen. I have no control over what's going to happen.
Welcome that. See, that's what I live by a code. I live by a code. I can't change that code. Your code is bigger than all of us. I'm going to rub my balls up and down your lazy boy. Your pocket lazy boy, Joe. I'm going to take you to the sweet TV. I'm going to rub it on my tank. I'm going to rub it all over there, Joe. I'm wishing you'd do that. I want you to quit shit. Busy. Don't get busy, Joe. I want to rub my balls on your recliner. That's going to feel good. I'm going to wait till it's cold. So it feels good on my ball sack. Oh.
There's no going back. There's just no going back, guys. I mean, there's just no way.
Okay,
It can't happen. It can't happen.
Let's go.
So that's it.
Let's go. He's trying to key on me, acting like he don't hear me. Let's go. Let's go. Light this candle. Light this puppy. Light it off, Joe. Let's have it. Both barrels. You fucking sack of shit. You think you're more important than what you fucking are. But there you are, alive in the center of something. You light that candle. I'm going to own your home.
How are you clueless?
I'm going to move into Lemon Tree Lane. I'm going to move in. Hey, Joe, I'm going to move in. I'm going to kick your stripper out. I'm going to say, I don't give a shit about your damn work.
Keep him up at night. Look at that. Keeping him up.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to tell him, Joe. I'm going to put my
Keep him up. AC1DD. I'm running. Rufus, I hear you in there. I think you know something about the code, Rufus. Well, it's slightly different. It's slightly different in my culture versus your culture, but there's a lot of similarities. There really are. And when someone crosses the line, you don't have any ability to change it.
Joe.
You can't change it. It's too far gone. If you changed it, you would violate every reason that you even exist.
Pay, Joe.
So you can't do it.
Does she pay? I mean,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
how many letters stay? Let me rethink that real quick.
The same, but the code matters. The code is everything. It's the only reason you suck air is because the code that
That's
you
the
live
question
by.
7200 should be proposed with. How much money should I charge the stripper that lives with Joe Brand? What do you guys think?
It's just the process, the code.
We're taking
The way
comments.
that
Come
you
now.
live your life has to be fulfilled. You cannot back up. There's no choice. There's no discretion. He doesn't understand that. He grew up in a structureless environment. He doesn't understand that.
But I'm trying to figure out, Joe, how much do you charge her? How much do you charge the stripper you're living with? Joe, how much are you paying for companionship? That's what we're trying to figure out, Joe. How much money are you paying for companionship? Can I meet that phone over?
I can't stop the code. I would never want to stop the code.
But I'm trying to
I
figure out how much you
live
pay
by
for
the
your
code.
stripper, Joe. Can't afford you.
The code is bigger
How much you
enough.
paying for your stripper? I don't know what
this
you're
guy's
talking
just
about, but we're trying to figure out about
inconvenient.
stripper payments. How much should I pay for
Sometimes there's collateral damage. Sometimes
How much is the whore worth? How much are you paying the whore?
power like
Should we give her a tip?
Sometimes he
Hey, Joe,
stomps
do you
all over
think
people.
that
He
she-
can't
be
hear
happy
people.
with the
He's
10%
talking over them.
raise? That's what I'm wondering.
Sometimes there's
We give her a
collateral
10%
damage.
raise, Joe.
That's the way it is.
We give the stripper a
You can't
10%
prevent that
raise.
either.
And
You
when
really
she talks
can't
more
worry
about you like Pamela did. Over.
to fulfill the code.
You gotta give her 10%, right?
Joe, one of our listeners messaged me just a minute ago and told me what crossing the Rubicon meant.
Yeah, what's it mean?
Well, okay. Well, now that I have a better understanding, which end of the Rubicon are we on?
Well, I think you know by the context. If you understand the context, I think you could figure it out.
Well, I mean, I've got a man with 3 unverified degrees trying to explain context to a guy who has a doctorate and is retired at 39 years old. But I'm trying to stick with you.
I know, but you see, you don't possess the culture. You don't have the belief system. It's a very specific culture, and there are certain rules. The rules can't be violated for anyone, and they just simply can't. If you even try, you're gone. You're like a proverbial fart in a windstorm. You're gone.
Joe, do you have pointed toe
It's
shoes?
real simple. It's real
Do you
simple.
have pointed toe shoes, Joe?
We doubled. Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out if you're talking about the guys with the pointed toe shoes in the briefcase.
No, I'm not going to go into any details because,
More
that would be a
details is
violation of
what
the
this
code
is all
also.
about,
I
Joe.
just got to let things happen. But what I'm saying is I can't stop anything. I don't have any discretion. You know what I mean? Do I have to spell it out? I'm not going to. That would be a violation of the code. I live by the code. I die by the code. I breathe the code. If I violate the code, I never existed. It's not like I was born and then failed. It's like I never existed. You don't understand the code. You don't have the belief system. You don't get it.
You are a homegrown domestic terrorist.
You don't understand the code.
I do believe I
I can't explain it to you because you never lived it. You have to live the code. The code becomes you assimilate the code over a period of years. And you understand it totally by the time you're an adult. There are no allowed violations of the rules. There are none. If and someone allows you to, you've denied your own existence. You don't get it. invaded an island and they get to the beaches and they order the burning of the ship.
He's got all that emotion flowing right now. Joe keeps showing because he's showing his mother an emotion.
We're either going to win or we're going to perish. We're either going to win or we're going to lose. We have no way of running. He doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand that when you cross the Rubicon, there is no way back for the other party. Cannot back up. The only way they can go is forward. He doesn't understand the code or the culture. But I think he's going to, but it's way too late. Once you do that, it's over with. If you understood the culture, if you understood the rules of that culture,
oh yeah, you'll slap a dick right off his chin. Listen to him.
And he's violated it multiple times. And I keep giving him a chance, and now it's over with. Tonight, he crossed the Rubicon with one statement. He made one statement.
Joe's stance is bent over with cheeks spread. That's his stance.
We're not understanding. You've done a lot of dancing around the fire, but you haven't put any wood in the pile.
There's no going back. There's no playing anymore. This is brute force. Brute force. AC1DD.
Yawn.
Never get it.
Yeah, yawn, Joe. Yawn.
That's fine. Yawn is fine.
Yeah, you're bored as fuck. Yawn. Whatever. We heard it before. Lick the stamp. Shut the fuck up.
It's a matter
Yeah, whatever. Lick the stamp. Shut the fuck up.
You're not going to take it because you don't have the ball. You've got one way out, and you're not going to take it. Because that's
You're busy talking. Most of them are like that. They don't like to listen. They like to talk.
You're a talker. You're not a doer.
Well, you're the one who's been talking for the past, 30 minutes. I listened to anything anybody else said.
I can't say enough to explain this. You guys will never understand it in 1,000 years. You would not understand what I'm trying to relay to you. You would never understand it. I mean, because you didn't grow up in that culture. You weren't surrounded by that culture. You didn't understand that You don't violate that rule because that rule, you don't exist. You don't exist. You have never taken a breath in your life if you violate that rule.
Wow.
He doesn't get it. He simply doesn't get it. I mean, I understand because he grew up in a structureless free-for-all, with no ability to understand where you fit in the big picture. You see, I have that, and I can't escape it either. He could say I didn't know what was going on, and that's probably true, but it doesn't matter. I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice but to put that big linear on the arrow.
Oh, yeah. Gonna fuck you up.
Some people worry about FCC rules. Some people worry about FBI rules. Some people worry about IRS rules. All those things, to me, are secondary. There's one set of rules that I must follow. There's one set of rules I must follow because if I don't, I never existed.
Lick the stamp, bitch.
I have to follow those rules. The IRS, the FBI, the FCC, that's secondary. That's that's of this earth. You understand what I'm saying, Rufus? The FCC is of this earth. It's a government-created thing. Now, what I march to is something that's much bigger than that. It's as old as when we were tramping around, murdering each other, murdering each other over a fish. That's how old it is. And that culture is not gone. It's not gone.
I'm sure totally
When you say, well, you know, he's worried about FCC or FBI.
Into that area and being flagged as someone who has extremist violent views can be very detrimental to a man these days in this country. I don't know, Joe. If I was you, I'd probably rethink my steps.
No, I'm not going to rethink my steps because it's not me. It's not me. You see, again, you don't understand what's happening.
See, you never have
Clearly don't understand what's happening. You're like a little cadiscus.
because she
You're a little cadiscus. I have no discretion.
It ain't me.
I have no discretion. I'm going to turn on that big lean yard. I'm going to turn on that big lean yard, and the problem is going to be solved. And I'm going to feel good about it.
Everybody
I'm
has
going to
a
feel
good time
good
till I
about
show up,
running
but
that
it ain't
big
me.
lean yard.
Everybody's happy till I show up, but it ain't me, man.
Oh, it's not me. It's the culture. It's the rule. It's the way it is, guys. You guys are just... Remember the one line in the movie?
It is
In
it.
the movie where the guy's talking to
It's
the
100% him.
predecessor of the CIA, you know? Back in the 40s and 50s.
It's him and his buddy Jeff.
And they're saying, hey, you guys scare me. You guys scare me. He said, look.
It's AC1DD and KE9DIV. It's both of them.
Just renting.
Joe, you gotta stop watching movies.